They say that rain on a funeral day is the sky crying with you. If that is true, then the heavens are heartbroken tonight. It is 1905. The house is silent. The candle is burning low. And I am sitting here holding the hand of the woman who gave me life, watching her slip away into the dark. This is the story of my longest goodbye. October 24th, 1905, 3 a.m. The farmhouse is silent, wrapped in the heavy blanket of the night. The only sound is the old grandfather clock in the hallway. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It marks the seconds of a life running out. I'm sitting by Ma's bedside on a hard wooden chair. Creak. The candle on the nightstand is flickering, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. Her breathing is shallow, a dry, rattling sound deep in her chest. Rasp, wheeze, rasp. It hurts to listen to it. 3:15 a.m. I hold her hand in both of mine. It feels so small now, fragile like a dried leaf. Her skin is cold. "I'm here, Ma," I whisper, my voice trembling. "I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere." She doesn't move. Her eyes are closed, sunken deep into her face. The smell of sickness and old lavender fills the room. I squeeze her fingers gently, hoping for a squeeze back. Silence. There is nothing. Just the storm wind howling outside the window. Whoo! Rattle. 3:30 a.m. Suddenly, her breathing changes. The rhythm breaks. Gasp. She opens her eyes one last time. They are cloudy, looking past me, looking at something I cannot see. Her lips move slightly, trying to form a word. I lean in close, my ear almost touching her mouth. Rustle of sheets. A faint sigh escapes her lips. A long, slow exhale. And then, silence. The rattling stops. The chest stops moving. "Ma?" I whisper. "Ma?" No answer. The clock keeps ticking, louder than before. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The world has stopped, but time keeps moving. I let my head fall onto her still chest, and the tears finally come. Quiet sobbing. October 25th, 1905, 10 a.m. The rain hasn't stopped. It taps against the window pane like 1,000 tiny fingers wanting to get in. Tap, tap, tap. The undertaker has arrived. He is a tall, silent man in a black coat. He brought the coffin into the parlor. It is made of simple, rough pine wood. The smell of fresh sawdust fills the room, mixing with the scent of burning beeswax candles. Creak, thud. He places the box on 2 wooden sawhorses. My mother lies inside, dressed in her Sunday best lace dress. She looks peaceful, but so terribly still. 10:15 a.m. Before they closed the lid, I stepped forward. "Wait," I croaked. My voice sounds broken, like rusty hinges. I reached into my vest pocket. Rustle of fabric. My fingers trembled as I pulled out 2 small items. The first is a dried white lily from her prize garden. It is brittle now. Soft crinkle. I placed it gently between her cold hands. "From your garden, Ma," I whispered. 10:30 a.m. Then I pulled out the photograph. It's an old tintype, black and white,
showing me as a boy sitting on her lap. We were both smiling then. I looked at it one last time, blurring through my tears. Sniff. I tucked the photo beside her, right next to her heart. "Take this with you," I choked out, "so you won't be lonely in the dark. I'll always be with you." 10:45 a.m. The undertaker stepped forward again. He didn't say a word, he just nodded solemnly. He lifted the heavy wooden lid, scrape of wood on wood. He placed it over the box. The light on her face vanished. Shadow took her. Thud. The sound of the lid closing felt like a door slamming shut on my life. Then came the hammer. Bang! The first nail. It echoed through the empty house. Bang! The second nail. I flinched with every strike. Bang! It felt like he was driving those nails into my own chest. It is done. She is gone. October 25th, 1905. 2 p.m. We left the house. The rain has turned the dirt road into a river of sludge. Thunder rolls in the distance. I am walking behind the hearse, a black wooden carriage pulled by 2 dark horses. Snort, huff. I can see their breath steaming in the cold air. They lower their heads against the wind, struggling to pull the weight. Clip, clop, clip, clop. Their hooves splash into the thick, wet mud. Squelch, splash. 2:15 p.m. The wheels of the carriage grind against the wet gravel and stones hidden in the mud. Crunch, creak. It is a harsh, rhythmic sound that digs into my brain. I am walking with my head down. My black morning suit is soaked through. The wool feels heavy, dragging me down. Water drips from the brim of my hat right onto my nose. Drip, drip. I don't wipe it away. I don't have the strength. 2:30 p.m. The road seems endless. Every step is a battle. Squelch, suck. The mud tries to grab my boots, trying to hold me back. I look up for a second. The hearse sways slightly as it hits a pothole. Bump, rattle. I flinch, wanting to steady it, wanting to protect her one last time, but I can't. I just keep walking. Left foot, right foot, step, step. 2:45 p.m. Why is it so far? I whisper to the rain. Why does the last journey have to be so hard? The wind picks up, howling through the bare trees lining the road. Whoosh, whistle. It stings my face. My hands are clenched in my pockets, numb and white. I look at the back of the carriage. That wooden box holds my entire world, and I am just following it into the gray mist. I can't tell anymore which is rain on my face and which are tears. They are all the same now. Cold, wet, endless. October 25th, 1905, 3 p.m. We entered the cemetery gate. The iron hinges groaned in the wind. Screech, clang. We stopped by the open grave. It is a raw, jagged wound in the wet earth, deep and dark. The smell of wet soil is overwhelming. A few neighbors are standing around, huddled under black umbrellas. The rain beats down on the fabric like a drum. Patter, patter, thrum. The priest stands at the head of the grave. He opens his Bible. His lips are moving, but the wind steals his words. I can only hear snippets, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. 3:15 p.m. 4 men step forward. They loop thick hemp ropes through the handles of the coffin. Rough sliding sound of rope. They lift it over the hole. It sways for a moment, suspended over the darkness. Easy now, one man grunts. They begin to lower her down. Creak, strain, creak. The ropes stretch and complain under the weight. Down, down, down. Thump. It hits the bottom with a dull, final sound. The ropes are pulled up, slithering like snakes. Zip, zip. She is down there, alone. 3:30 p.m. The priest closes his book. Snap. He looks at me and hands me a clump of earth. It is cold, heavy, and wet mud. I step to the edge of the grave. My boots slide in the muck. Squelch. I look down at the pine box one last time. My hand is shaking so violently I almost drop the dirt. I take a deep breath. Shuddering inhale. I let go. Thud. Scatter. The dirt hits the wooden lid. That hollow sound. It echoes in the pit of my stomach. It is the sound of goodbye. 3:45 p.m. Then the grave diggers step in. They thrust their shovels into the pile of earth. Scrape. Chink. Thump. Another shovel of dirt covers the wood. Thump. The foot of the coffin disappears. Thump. The middle disappears. Scrape. Thud. Scrape. Thud. I can't watch, but I can't look away. Bit by bit, shovel by shovel, they are erasing her from my sight. The rain mixes with the dirt, turning it into mud as it covers her. Soon there is nothing left but a mound of brown earth. October 25th, 1905. 5 p.m. The last neighbor has left. The carriage wheels faded away into the mist long ago. Fading rumble of wheels. I am the only one left. Just me and the fresh mound of wet earth. The storm has broken fully now. Loud crash of thunder. The sky turns a bruised purple. I drop to my knees in the mud. Heavy squelch. I don't care about the suit anymore. I crawl forward until I can touch the rough wooden cross stuck in the ground. 5:15 p.m. My hand slides down the wet wood of the cross. I don't know what to do, Ma, I whisper. My voice cracks, swallowed by the wind. The house, it's going to be so quiet. Who will light the lamp when I come home? Who will wait for me by the window? I lean my forehead against the muddy earth. The cold seeps into my skin. I wasn't ready, I sob. Choking sound. I wasn't ready to let you go. I let the grief take over. I cry, my shoulders shaking violently, mixing my tears with the rain falling on her grave. Sound of heavy, heart-wrenching sobbing. 5:30 p.m. The rain is freezing now. I'm shivering uncontrollably, teeth chattering. But I can't move. I feel like if I leave, I'm abandoning her in this cold, dark place. I pat the mound of dirt gently, as if tucking her in for the night. Pat, pat, squelch. Sleep well, Ma, I say, my voice barely a whisper. No more pain now. Just sleep. 5:45 p.m. I force myself to stand up. My legs are stiff and heavy. Strain, squelch. I wipe my face with a muddy sleeve. I take one last look. The grave is just a dark shape in the twilight. I turn my collar up against the wind. I turn away. Slow, heavy footsteps in mud. Clump, squelch, clump. I walk back towards the road, towards the empty farmhouse. Every step takes me further away from her. I am walking back to a life that will never be the same again.